guys, so I'm here in downtown Las Vegas and I'm just changing it up with my videos and talking about Is Life is Beautiful. We'll go into it with my friend Angelique. Hey what guys, so again I'm here with Angelique and she is the president for Rebels for Life, and I'll just have her pretty much go and talk about herself.
Okay, so I'm Angelique and I work for Students for Life in America as a graphic designer, and as Mitch said, I'm the president of Rebels for Life at the University of Las Vegas, and I'm also the designer of the Pro Life hand-painted fashion line Life Dress.
Cool. Like, how did you get involved? That's why you're passionate about it.
So I got involved with Pro Life movement when I started a club at my high school. So my public high school denied my right to start a Pro Life club, and so I basically fought them legally and on the media front, basically to have the club because they were violating my constitutional right, free speech. And so that aspect of it shows that you don't have to be religious, you don't have to be Christian to be pro-life, because it's science at the end of the day. You know, it's about the human being and the human life. You're unique from day one, and so you don't have to be Christian to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where my background started in.
This weekend, like I said earlier on, is Life is Beautiful. It's a musical festival here in downtown Las Vegas, and we're here in Container Park, and it is pretty much a sticker room that we are here having an awesome time sitting and doing this interview for. But essentially the premise of the video is Life is Beautiful, question mark, right? And so talking about your experience and everything, do most people find life is actually beautiful? Like, what are your challenges as far as maybe what was maybe not the worst, but what has been your experience approaching people, you know, and then likewise, what's been a positive aspect of doing this?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I would say, as far as the question, do people really think life is beautiful? I think yes. A majority of people, if not everyone, innately believes that we should value human life. And so that's why the abortion issue is so complicated. But my experiences on campuses, I was in Australia this past March with Students for Life in America, and we had a crazy situation with a feminist group on campus who came and decided to cuss at us and rip up our flyers, and basically just stopping dialogue, stopping that conversation to happen. And so that was an extreme of one side trying to silence the other. So that was that experience. And then a positive one though was at the March for Life this past January. I was doing the counter protesting at Supreme Court, and there was a lot of pro-choice individuals there, pro-abortion individuals, counter protesting the March for Life. And there was actually a really great moment where, unfortunately, we had somebody come and from our side, supposedly, telling these pro-choicers that they wish that their mothers had aborted them and like all these horrible things. And so I was able to create common ground with the pro-choice side and basically say like, no, we're not with this guy. Like we think he's crazy too. We're not with him. And so that created a rapport between us where we were actually able to open up dialogue in this like crazy like mass chaos of a march. And so we were able to have a conversation. I had a conversation with one of the pro-choice activists, if you will. And we had like an hour plus conversation, and very civil. And at the end of it, he ended up saying that he changed his mind. That he had changed his mind, and that he would consider more the pro-life movement, and to consider that life is beautiful before birth too.
Awesome. I guess what are, like, just on with that topic, like what's one of the more misconceptions as far as the life side, you know, like just because we touched upon it before, like we're either me as a man, like we're trying to restrict women's rights. This is the Handmaid's Tale, and I'm totally not for that. So what are your common, I guess, misconceptions that you come across?
Yeah, so that's a big one. I find that a lot of guys will come up to like the tables that we're doing, and they're just like, oh, I don't have an opinion on this. Like, I can't have an opinion. And I'm like, no, actually, you can. And I think it's more the pro-choice side that tells men that they can't have an opinion, whereas the pro-life side is like, yes, you have responsibility in this. But another big misconception, I think, or misunderstanding of the entire issue as a whole, goes back to the value and the beauty of life, where people genuinely believe that life doesn't begin at conception, which is just it's scientifically inaccurate. Life does begin at conception, and so to deny that is to deny science, and that's to deny life itself.
That's cool. So one thing I do on my channel is talk about like TV movie reviews, and I did a review on the movie Unplanned, on the true life story about Abby Johnson. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Cool. I saw it like twice in the theaters and everything, and I thought it was really great. Was there any good takeaways that you thought about that movie?
Oh, for sure. It was. I did a review actually right after I watched it.
Nice.
I never done videos before usually, so that was different. Because I was so emotionally charged by it, and like I had a strong reaction to it. Because it's such a powerful film.
Yeah.
Like it's a true story. You know, it's the real life of Abby Johnson and her very unique situation where she was able to see the truth. Like she was able to see what really happened at Planned Parenthood, and to walk away from it, and to not only just walk away, but to walk away boldly and to bring other people with her.
Yeah.
Like she's brought so many people who worked at Planned Parenthood and other abortion clinics out of that situation, and being able to expose the truth of what Planned Parenthood truly does to human life.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a very powerful movie too. I also have a review. I'll link it below. You should also check it out when you can. I don't know if it's available on DVD or anything. Last time I heard it was still screening in Canada, but I don't know if it's...
Actually, in fact, I will say shout out to Students for Life in America, because you can actually sign up for your club if you have one on campus, and you can get the licensing and the DVD and all the screening, all that stuff. So check out Students for Life because you can get the screening at your school.
Cool. Are you planning to do that? Because so
University of Las Vegas, if you're there, come by.
We'll definitely advertise that, and so that we can have more people watch it. But like, I thought it was very powerful too, you know. And I'm glad that we were talking about earlier. They had like the two sides. You know, there were people who were shouting outside the clinic, saying like, "You're murderers" and all that stuff, and we're not trying to approach this. This is all about like life and mercy, you know, and like healing, right? And so I thought that was very powerful, especially for Abby Johnson, who was a director of her affiliate, right? And so it's great to see her side transferring from the pro-choice side into the pro-life side, and again how powerful it was. My biggest portion in it, without giving it away, was when they were praying over the barrels of I don't know how to put it lightly, like
there isn't really a way to put it lightly. It was the fetal remains of human beings.
Yeah, the barrels of fetal remains.
Victims,
and so the victims. And I thought that was very powerful for them to pray over it, and you know, man, that was the thing that got me. So, but overall, again, it was a great movie. What else? So like again with the Unplanned, I think it's kind of funny that it got like 4th in the box office its opening weekend. It wasn't a huge blockbuster, of course, but you know it wasn't really going against anything, and it's kind of funny, even though it's rated R, it was pitched like it wasn't even anything, right? Like it's kind of funny. So I guess we can talk about how the media doesn't really cover this life side. So
I'd actually, before you even go to that, I'd like to add that it's crazy that a girl can't see Unplanned because it's rated R, but she can go get an abortion. Just had to throw that out there. That's crazy. But yeah, so with the media spinning everything the opposite way, like you can pull up any article that's about abortion, about the taking of human life, and the words will be reproductive justice and women's rights, and it's always about just like skirting around the actual issue, like not really talking about what's really happening, you know, and misleading people, which is, I think, the main problem behind abortion today is that women genuinely don't know what abortion is because they're told, oh, it's just a little removable, like with RU486, you know, in California. Like, oh, it's just a couple pills, like you just take them and you're good. Like, women have died from this, like they enrich them. And they don't know because the media decides they're going to downplay everything.
I think that, like, I like that in a sense. That is interesting, I find, because a lot of people I have seen, well, not a lot of people, but one take I have seen is that it's like any other surgery, right? It's like taking out a kidney and all that stuff, but like, if you think about it, well, one, it's not, and then two, like, there's people who go counseling either before or after this surgery, but think about that in any other organ. No one is doing that for a kidney. Like, you need counseling after you remove your kidney, or counseling right before you need to remove your kidney. So
Yeah.
really, like, there's people who actually know that this is a life, right? And so it is crazy that people are like, it's just like taking your tooth out, like at a dentist. So
And to tell women that, especially young girls, and then they go into it thinking like, oh, it's no big deal, and then like you said, they need counseling because it's traumatic.
Yeah.
It's a traumatic experience.
Yeah.
And it's really just it's horrible.
yeah, I think this was a definitely great conversation as far as talking about like pro-life stuff, and as well as talking about how life is beautiful, and you know, we actually do agree on that, and then hopefully other people can maybe change their stances, or if you don't disagree, or agree, maybe look into it. You know, there's definitely resources out there to look better and be educated, right? Because this is kind of like one of the points of this video, is that we definitely want to educate people and have a take on this, right? And so
Yeah, that's how I started even in being involved in the pro-life movement. Was just I started with Google. You know, I started researching and doing my research every single day, and became more invested in the movement just because once you find out what abortion truly is, once you become educated on that, you can never look back. You really can't.
And you know, again, with 2020 coming up, I'm pretty sure the pro-life, pro-choice topic is going to be very big on the stage. So definitely, I encourage everyone to look into the literature as far as what's going on. And even if you still believe my choice is still more important, you know, at least you're educated, and at least you're going to stay with it. Hopefully you're not. Hopefully we can, if you're looking more into it, hopefully you can fight for life, right? And so hopefully, yeah, I mean, totally cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So closing up, do you want to throw in any of your Instagrams, business, so that people can check Angelique out here?
Yeah, so if you want to check out Life Dress, I'm wearing one right now, I can't see it, but it's Life Dress Org on Instagram, and then Life Dress on Facebook if you want to do that. And lifedress.org is where you can check out the hand-painted stuff and maybe buy one for yourself.
Awesome. Again, this was really great having Angelique here. Again, we're friends off camera and everything, so I just love her to be part of on this channel, talking about what she's passionate about and having some good messages out there. Because again, with my channel, I also want to talk about purpose and culture and not just entertainment. So if you want to check me out, you can follow my Instagram at HeyMitchMitch. You can also follow my joint channel with my friend Jen at It's Mandatory Fun. And hit that subscribe, hit that like, and help us build my channel. And check out Life Dress, and check us around UNLV, around Vegas, as we're doing more events. So
Thank you so much for having me.
awesome. Peace.
People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way. Yeah. Birds chirping and I hear my name, grasping into life. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a start.